everyone. Thanks for joining. C2K sports fans for another exciting presentation of NBA basketball. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Greg Anthony and Clark Kellogg with Doris Burke reporting from the sideline. Raptors make a quick stop here at home before heading back out on the road. First chance here in their inaugural game of the season to go up against New York. Last season they had the upper hand in the series, going 3-1 against these guys.
And they didn't have much of a problem with these guys last season, and quite frankly, you wouldn't expect them to.
Yeah, you know, these are two teams clearly on opposite ends of the continuum in this conference. I mean, this is a team they rightly feel they can beat every time they take the court with them.
So a look at our starters for the Knicks. Calderon is out there with a flout. Then there's Robin Lopez. Then it's Anthony. And it's Porzingis in at the 4. Thing about DeMar DeRozan, he came into the league fairly unpolished, struggled to handle the ball, created then his own shot, and but sometimes he would create for others too. Yeah. But he settled down. You can see the growth.
Yeah, and that's the one thing. You could see the physical talent was there in terms of him playing the 2. The question was, could he make the commitment mentally to become a great player? Well, from what he's done the last few years, I would have to say he's definitely been able to do that.
Lopez kicks to Calderon. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Calderon's got his first 2 points.
Defensively, that possession better not start a trend because they just handed him 2 points.
Lowry kicks to Patterson. Right side to DeRozan. Lopez with the steal. Anthony against Lowry. Anthony, the pass to Porzingis. They set the pick to the paint. It's stolen by Carroll. Out in his own on the break. And DeRozan throws it down.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
That indicates the importance of great on-the-ball defense, as was displayed right there. And, you know, getting back to DeRozan, he's put a spit shine on his offense. Over the past 2 seasons, averaged over 20 points a game, was also good for 3 or 4 assists, showing everybody how work ethic can overcome unrefined skill.
5 on the clock. Calderon has the open look. That 3 off the mark. 3 on 3. Here's Penny. Oh. He has a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
Yeah,
wow.
That could very well be a contender for Dunk of the Year and perhaps might make its way all over the internet.
I tell you what, that is the crowd pleaser of all crowd pleasers.
So it's the Knicks now. The Raptors getting the bucket. Some nice passing by New York here. Sinks it, and the shot from Porzingis.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Lowry against Calderon. Carroll dishes to DeRozan. The baseline J. Biyombo kicks to DeRozan. Carroll, no one around him. Here's Biyombo.
And gobbled up that rebound and went straight into attack mode on the putback.
Oof, he is one of the most determined rebounders, Clark, we have got in the NBA.
Yeah, you're calling it right, Kevin. I mean, he gets so many second chance points because of how hard he works to get to the rebound.
Here's a follow. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on DeRozan. In the last few years, the Toronto fans have made a strong case for being the loudest in the league, and Greg, you know, the Air Canada Center can sound like a 60,000 capacity crowd during the playoffs.
It is really unreal. It gives the Raptors a huge advantage here at home. Toronto and Canada will always be hockey first, but they love their Raptors here in the North.
You know, the Raptors were top 5 in attendance last season as well. I mean, fans had plenty to cheer about as the team finished with 27 home wins on the year.
Patterson, the screen. Biombo, the pass to Lowry. Toronto needs to get off the shot. And DeRozan. Here we go.
And the Raptor franchise record for home wins is 30, set back in 07. And you get the feeling with the way the crowd gets into it, the record won't stand much longer. I still can't believe that one didn't fall.
Biombo kicks to DeRozan. Lowry dishes to Biombo. Outside Lowry. To the inside. Here's Patterson. And 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one. Drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
And what Patrick Patterson gives you guys is solid all-around play. He can help you in a lot of areas. High basketball IQ, high character, understands his role, knows his limitations, and stays within himself.
All right now, gentlemen, shoot shots. Move shots.
No good on the free throw. And going back to Patterson for just a moment, he's been lauded for his mature approach. Ever since high school in West Virginia, he was involved in a highly publicized recruiting battle between Florida and Kentucky, ultimately choosing the latter.
Yeah, and you know, the part of his game, Kevin, that he's really worked on is his ability to face up and shoot. Really starting to evolve into a guy that can space the floor, that space 4. And when he's hitting that jumper at a high percentage, I think his value to the team goes up exponentially.
And DeRozan kicks to Lowry. No good. Anthony with the defensive effort. Last outing for Toronto, they won that game against the Heat. It's Carmelo Anthony on the wing. Back to Aflalo. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
You know, there was a bunch of stuff that went wrong for the Knicks last season, and we don't have enough time to get into all of it. And one thing that was at least decent was their play within the division.
And they now lead as the free throw drops for him. Well, last season, the Knicks did finish last in the Atlantic Division, but they at least took 5 games off the rest of the team.
Yeah, and listen, they would like to avoid slipping back into the mid-2000s when they came in last in that Atlantic Division 4 out of 5 years. The division is still up for grabs year to year, so maybe the Knicks can get back on track faster than most teams that only win 17 games.
Now here's Ross. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5.
Yo, why is it so laggy?
And that one's good.
And really smart to draw his man out to the perimeter. He's giving up too much size to be effective inside.
Showed nice basketball IQ. I agree, Greg. I mean, if he finds his spot on the perimeter and doesn't force it, I think his outside shot will be hard to block no matter who's defending.
Here's Lowry. After the made shot from Carmelo Anthony. The drive by Lowry. Ross with a wide open look. That ball's nice feed that time from Kyle Lowry.
What are they thinking leaving him with all that space out there? Do they not know? Have they not heard that this guy is unbelievable? That's a layup for him.
Now here's Lopez. It's Biombo with the rebound. Biombo's got his 3rd rebound on the night. Patterson with it. Now Anthony defending. That's
What the heck?
Ross with it. Against Miami, he was really on his game. Carroll passes to Patterson. A second chance effort. It's rebounded by New York.
Oh, that's terrific defense there. That's how you protect the rim.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness.
You can really ill afford to have those types of opportunities presented against your defense. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control.
Now here's Anthony. He's one of the better scorers in the league, averaging almost 25 points a game. Aflalo dishes to Calderon. The 19-foot shot. Can't get it to go. Good work defensively by Lowry. Cross. That's good. And now a 5-point Raptor lead.
Beautiful reverse. He got his glide on and left the D in the rearview mirror.
Outside Anthony. He dishes it to Calderon. Inside. Here's Williams. And Damari Carroll is going to pick up a foul. That is his first foul of the game.
Man, it's close, but, you know, didn't get on balance quick enough.
Yeah, and as quick as players are at this level, in this day and age, I mean, you've got to be perfect in your anticipation to draw the charge.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Then it's checked in for Biombo. Scola comes in for Patrick Patterson. James Johnson checked in for Damari Carroll. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry. So timeout called here, the first for Toronto.
And right before Carmelo went down with the injury last season, it seemed like he had added the fadeaway to his game, molded a little bit after Dirk Nowitzki.
For the Knicks, Kyle O'Quinn comes in for Robin Lopez. And it's Grant in for Jose Calderon. Toronto leading by 3. Carmelo's reasoning was that he had been burned enough by Dirk's fadeaway, he had to adapt.
Yeah, that's a great fadeaway to borrow from, for sure. I mean, Melo already has a mid-range game, terrific mid-range game, and this shot makes that even deadlier. They've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
And it's not just their passing, but also the body movement off the ball that's created a lot of those opportunities.
And O'Quinn kicks to Anthony. The stupendous finish in traffic. Anthony's got 8 points. Here's Joseph. Kicks it to Johnson. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2. And guys, we saw a nice development for James Johnson last year. He was 59% from the floor. Closest he had ever come to that in his 6 years was 46%. What a dramatic arc improvement there.
Yeah, and I think it was all due to shot selection. He dialed back on the number of threes that he was taking the year before, and his percentage went up.
And he sinks the second.
And back to James Johnson. Yeah, he improved his shooting percentage, but the rest of his game has been kind of in a holding pattern. He's averaging neither highs nor lows in any other category, and that means to me he may have flattened out in terms of reaching his potential.
And Anthony gets double teamed. His first shot coming late. A shot by Williams, no good.
You know, a team's rebounding is one of the great measures of its energy, and theirs has been terrific in the first quarter.
Yeah, they brought it in terms of having another level of intensity right from the tip.
Talking about James Johnson, the reality is he's a role player. Like most NBA guys, he certainly can be a valuable role player, especially if he can shoot near 60% from the field again. But don't expect him to suddenly become LeBron. That's not his game, nor his ceiling.
A Flalo, that's good.
And how about that, responding to the three-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
Joseph, the pass to Scola. Johnson against Anthony.
No.
And the shot is
It's
good
just so
from Johnson.
whack.
And the Raptors lead by 6.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Shoot that
And
shit.
stolen by Scola. And then Johnson with the jam.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
Especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That's a nice lead now.
107 left here in the first quarter. Screen by Scola.
This is so laggy.
Ross
man.
against the Flalo. Ross dishes to Bennett. Johnson outside. A chance there to push it to double digits, but it's off the mark. Knicks trail by 8. Anthony. Hits in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Great quarter for him at the offensive end, trying to will his team back in the game.
And Joseph kicks to Scola. Here's Ross. Solid play
That's
in the low
bullshit.
block, and that one's good. Ross has got 16.
He's finding all kinds of ways to get it done. What a quarter he's having.
Here's Grant. No scoring yet from him, but that's likely to change. Here's Anthony, and he banks in the layup.
Yeah, heads up aggressive play right there. Saw the smaller man on him and took it straight to the basket.
For 3, Ross drilled it right as the
Fuck,
clock
come
ran
on, right
out.
on him, man. That's so bad.
He's got nerves of steel.
Woo! Gotta have big-time nerves to hit a shot like that at the buzzer.
And so the first quarter is in the books.
Nonsense. It's so
It's the
laggy.
Raptors. They're up by 9. And the second quarter will be on the way when we come back. And welcome back. It's been all one-sided so far through the first quarter as our second quarter gets underway. And from what we've seen so far from the Raptors, guys, your thoughts?
Really, it's always a positive when you can get some impact off your bench.
Always nice to have firepower coming from the reserves, and they've had firepower and then some so far.
Yo, come on. Yo, come
Last game for
on.
the
Like, this
Raptors,
thing
they
is
picked up
so
the W against the Heat at the
laggy.
American Airlines Arena. Well, last year Toronto won their division and got bounced out in the first round. Same result, Clark, they had back in 2014.
Yeah, but you know, despite that sameness, they were an improved team last season, Kevin. They did a lot of the small things better in total, and I thought looked better and more cohesive as a group.
This is crazy, man. Like, it's not even making my
Check out the
show.
lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So the Raptors 5 right now. The star pair of Lowry and DeRozan are the guards. Scola out there with DeMarre Carroll. And it's Biyombo with the 5. And the Knicks decide to take their first time out here.
And as you mentioned, the Raptors did improve last season. I mean, they cut back on their turnovers a lot. And they were top 3 in the league in terms of taking care of the basketball.
And Toronto making a change here. Patterson's checked in. And then for New York, Vujacic comes in for Anthony. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Aaron Aflalo.
See that delay?
That's good. Grant's got the first points up on the board here in the second quarter for New York.
And as you said, the Raptors took care of the ball a lot better and as a result had more assists. They also cut back on their fouls, and that was helpful. Little things like that made them much more competitive as a team and helped lead them to those 49 wins.
Deep two from Carroll.
Oh my goodness, I'm not rebounding.
From Kyle Lowry. Lowry's got 3
Keep
assists
giving
in
up
the game.
stupid shit.
Grant against Lowry. Grant the pass to Quinn. Williams with a clean look. They get it back. Second chance shot. And the foul called on Bismack Biyombo. That is his first foul of the game.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break for the D.
Greg, no problem for me with that call. I mean, he was still sliding right there.
And we're now about a minute and a half into the second quarter.
So I tell you what, he earned his money on that foul.
Yeah, if you're going to foul, then make sure that you don't give a chance for the and one.
The Knicks have hit all 4 of their chances so far in this one. First one falls for. Both shots good from the stripe.
The leg is crazy.
A minute and a half gone here in the second quarter. Now here's Lowry. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Over to the wing. Clock at 4. Pass to Carroll. Feeds it to Biyombo. Not enough on that one as it misses.
And good defense there to play up and get a hand in the face.
Well, he's got a tough mindset. He's confident as a defender. And when you combine those two things, it makes it real hard to score on him.
Toronto leading by 7. And he gets the bucket.
Oh, shit.
Lowry's got his first points in this one.
Now, there's something for the top 10 highlight reel right there. A layup can be just as sweet and as pretty as a dunk sometimes.
Now, here's Grant. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game.
There is no way a player like him can be left wide open like that. Did you pay attention to the scouting report?
Here's DeRozan. And O'Quinn
Oh,
sends it
crap.
back.
Every time I
Yeah, good
put you
job to take it right at the D.
Yeah, really left him no choice there, Greg. He had to foul and keep him from converting the easy bucket.
One thing about Kyle Lowry, he has a bulldog mentality. We saw that from his days at Villanova.
No question about that, and I love that about him. He's very simple, not really flashy, just consistently beats the rock. He wears his opponents down.
So neither attempt will fall that time for him.
And for Kyle Lowry,
Oh, why did I do that?
milestones. First, he signs the big contract extension for 4 years. Then he earns his first ever All-Star selection. Unfortunately, he didn't finish as strong with the postseason, but a terrific year.
Knicks trailed by 6. Galloway kicks to Grant. From down low. And it's Kyle Lowry with the rebound. Toronto, they've gone only 2 of 7 from the field since the second quarter got underway. Carroll. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. And on the topic of Lowry, he became only the 3rd Toronto Raptor ever, Mark, to be voted into the All-Star game.
Yeah, you know, Bosch and Vinsanity, the other 2. Lowry also participated in the All-Star Weekend Skills Challenge. Man, he's been outstanding as a point guard.
And a tenacious leader for the Raptors.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure you guys have heard this, that the nickname that has been given to DeMarre Carroll, the Junkyard Dog, I think it's apropos. Kid drafted out of Missouri back in the 2009 draft.
Yeah, and he actually had to show perseverance to hang around as he bounced around a bit. But I think he found the home
And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That'll be his second foul of the game. So New York ends up going with the new group. Anthony drives in. Carroll with the rebound.
And Carroll, an energy player who's developed a reliable three-point stroke. I mean, he can also hurt you in transition. He's got terrific size.
Oh, come on. That's not a
good pass. And he also really knows how to play without the basketball.
Now, here's Patterson. Following the miss by Carmelo Anthony. And stolen by Patterson. Fast break. Here come the Raptors. And finished off by DeRozan.
Agility leads to thievery there as he got his hand in there to get the steal. Intelligent play to immediately start the break.
And Clark, that's been the story of this game so far. I mean, they cannot hand over any more easy points in the open floor.
In the corner, Aflalo with it. Shot clock at 6. From deep three-point range. And they
this is so delayed, man. I can't even move. This is crazy.
Raptors leading by 9.
I really don't know why it's delayed like that.
Outside Lowry. He feeds it to Patterson. To the paint. Here's DeRozan. And the lead down. Double digits on that bucket. DeRozan's got 4 this quarter.
Yeah, super
Knicks
delay,
trailed by 11.
This shit is crazy.
They set the pick. Calderon kicks to Lopez. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
So like, I want to play.
And he just big-boyed it right there. The height advantage he's got down low, really difficult for them to defend.
I do not
a
even
closer
want
look
to
here
play.
at the hustle
This
stats
is crazy.
for the Raptors.
They've made the commitment to get out and run, and it's paid off with some highlight reel plays in transition.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
Now, here's Patterson. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. 6 on the shot clock.
He's making bullshit.
DeRozan's shot is good.
They're getting on a roll inside. Their last 3 field goals have come from inside the paint area.
There's got to be a wall of defense when it comes to attacking the paint. Plain and simple.
Now, here's Lopez. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Calderon kicks to Aflalo. For the 3.
There you go. This shit is so bad.
Toronto
Guys,
calls
I'm so
timeout.
saying.
Well, Clark, what can you say about the Knicks last season? They had a lot of trouble on their road trips, among other things.
Well, especially on the road. I mean, only managed to get 7 road wins on the season, Kevin.
You know, I think he just wants to tinker with the game plan a little bit. And I think that's a wise timeout.
And part of it, too, Greg, was he saw some things going on out there that he didn't care for.
The Knicks making a switch here. Williams is checked in. There's a screen. DeRozan on.
Why you guys?
Here's Biyombo. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. First trip to the line for him here.
Numbers this year at the line below 70. So when he's getting to the line, not nearly as effective as you'd like.
You know, his performance at the foul line this season might be the first thing he points to as a priority to improve.
No good on the second free throw.
And for the Knicks last season, they actually shot decently on the road. They just didn't play any defense, and that's kind of what did them in.
Aflalo dishes to Calderon. Sinks the three-pointer. Calderon's got it back down to within single digits for New York. Lowry passes to Carey. Back to Lowry. Dishes it to Patterson. Outside DeRozan. Toronto working.
Why? Come on. Why is he wide open?
Clock expires. 24-second violation. And the Raptors going out now with a whole new group. Knicks trail by 7.
Well, you know, going back to the Knicks on the road, they just forgot to defend the three-point shot. I mean, they had the worst three-point field goal percentage defense with their opponents making 40% of their threes against them. That was the worst in the league.
Here's Joseph. The Knicks making the shot. Scola with the clean look. Rebound by Williams.
I guess even he has to miss one of those once in a while.
Anthony with the bucket.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up. And you guys, he was once considered a tweener. But now I think Derrick Williams has kind of settled in to that 4 position. Seems to be the best position fit for him at this stage of his career.
Toronto calls timeout. Last year, Williams did find a nice niche playing the 4. Still, his minutes and numbers, Clark, remain low.
Well, it's unfair because he was drafted so high, top 5 when he came out, and I don't think he'll ever live up to that draft position. The highlight dunks are great, but he's got to find other ways to continue to grow.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Patterson, he's checked in for Anthony Bennett. Damari Carroll comes in for James Johnson. And it's Lowry in for Joseph. And out of bounds as the Knicks gain possession.
Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Outside Anthony. Over to the wing. Galloway kicks to Anthony. Passes it to Williams. Clock is at 3. Lopez. Toronto grabs the miss.
Now that's terrific defense at the rim. Got right in his path.
And you know they'll be conscious of him next time they take it inside, too. I mean, that's what really good defenders do. They make you think about their presence.
And here is Anthony following Kyle Lowry's 3. Lopez dishes to Williams. Lee pass was put in just the right spot.
They are not rotating nearly quickly enough on defense down low. Got to get quicker there.
Just no resistance on the interior.
Now here's Ross. 19 points in the game. The shot by Lowry, no good.
I'm shocked that didn't turn into 3 points. I mean, he makes you pay on those nearly every time.
The pass to Lopez. From outside the arc. Galloway, no
come
good.
on.
Raptors in by 4. There's the dish to Ross. No good from outside. The Knicks have gone 7 of 15 from the field here in the second quarter. Just under 50% shooting. And Anthony gets double teamed. Lopez passes to Galloway. Calderon for 3. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got 3 rebounds now in this one.
Now that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active and be ready as soon as the shot goes up.
Now here is Lowry. 5 points in the game. Ross, that's good. Ross has got 21 in the game.
His shooting has been outstanding. Definitely one of the reasons they're up in this game.
Anthony kicks to Calderon. Back to Anthony. He's
No.
stolen by Carroll. Fires for 3. The Raptors rebound. Calderon against Lowry. Now the feed to Ross. Back to Scola. Ross kicks to Lowry. And another shot. And Galloway pulls it down.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
There's the bucket. Good. Calderon's got his third bucket of the night.
That's a quick bucket there. Solid in transition.
Well, you know, he loves the chance to get out and run, and you can see right there why he does.
Now, here's Lowry. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Baseline J on the way. Patterson can't get it to go.
Well, it's just been one of those kind of games for him.
But they recover it.
That's a second personal foul. If he gets another, it probably puts him on the bench for the rest of the first half.
For New York, they have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight. That free throw, no good. Good on the second free throw. 2-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Screen by Scola. And here's Lowry. He's got 5. Here's Carroll. Lopez with the block. The wide open look here for, and it is good at the buzzer. Wow.
And he beats the buzzer to end the quarter.
Terrific shot there. I mean, he was calm, he was poised, didn't.
And the first half comes to a conclusion in a game that has been very close so far. Knicks out front. They finish off the second quarter with an energy burst, a 19-7 run. We'll be back shortly live from the Air Canada Centre in downtown Toronto. The third quarter now beginning. Both sides looking to pull away in the last half of the game.
Really an extraordinary game for Ross. He's got 21 points, and he sprayed home 3 3-pointers as well.
This is really production personified from long range.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball. Terrence Ross with a strong contribution so far in this one.
Always been a dynamic scorer, and we saw in that first half the entire repertoire on display.
Yeah, he's a hard man to keep down, and so far they haven't found the answer for him. I don't know if there is an answer for him, quite honestly.
And on the floor for Derek Fisher as we get into the second half. They've got a Flalo. Robin Lopez out there with Porzingis. Then there's Calderon. And it's Anthony in at the 3, the small forward.
And the Raptors have been talking about changing things up in the logo department for
good take.
Finally, we get a chance to see the new logo this season.
The Knicks with the lead. Calderon kicks to a Flalo. New York moving the ball around. It's to Porzingis. Out to the right wing. Flalo sets the pick for Lopez. Biyombo with the block. On the wing to Rosen. The shot is off. And New York the other way now. Kicks to Calderon. Anthony on the wing. The tray. Toronto grabs the miss. Biyombo's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Lowry kicks to Biyombo. Here's Patterson. And he makes good on the layup. Patterson's got his second bucket of the game to go. Clark, third quarter here, and 5 lead changes so far.
Yeah, it's really been a bit of a tug of war. Back and forth we go.
And guys, neither team has been able to pull away.
The basket counts and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. One thing about Jose Calderon, you could see the frustration in him last season playing a career low 42 games, and his averages were down pretty much, Greg, across the board.
And Kevin, he was brought in to kind of invigorate the Knicks' point guard position, but following a preseason calf injury, you know, he missed the team's first 13 games and never was able to really get going. Remember, coming into a new system where he had to learn how to play differently, and then after all that, you know, you have to shut him down because of that left Achilles.
That's terrific defense right there to prevent from converting in close.
Feeds to Kira. A free ball. It's rebounded by New York.
You know, 9 times out of 10, he's going to knock that one down. He'll spray that one on you.
And he gets it to go. 18 points for Carmelo Anthony.
And getting back to Jose Calderon, he's been an extremely efficient shooter for a point guard, 48% from the field throughout his career. But last season, he couldn't hit it at all. I mean, he dropped down to 41%.
And the Raptors call time here.
And you know, on the topic of Jose Calderon, his game is predicated on getting others involved. Last season, he had Carmelo Anthony to throw it to, and really pretty much no one else. So defenders could key on him a little more, causing him, I thought, to become just a little less efficient.
Johnson, he's checked in for Patrick Patterson.
Come on, baby.
Shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Last season ended with the Knicks pretty much packing it in, but Clark, it didn't start out that way.
You know what? Not at all. I mean, the Knicks were picked by many, Kevin, to be a playoff team last season. Clearly, things did not go as planned.
And they're having a lot of trouble at the line today, and unfortunately, it's the kind of day we've seen this team have a lot. And it became clear, thinking about the Knicks again, I mean, it made sense for a team with injuries and being in disarray on the floor to just battle for that lottery.
Calderon dishes to Carmelo. Back to Calderon. Shot is off. And Toronto will come the other way. After this one, they're off to Philadelphia to take on the 76ers. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. A follow outside. Lopez.
No, why?
Here we go. DeRozan, nobody down.
Why? You got position. Why do you cut like
He's
that?
got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
You know, kind of packing it in for the sake of being better in the future can possibly work in New York for a year or 2, but not longer than that. The media will eat you up there if you don't start making some progress towards winning, pleasing basketball.
I mean, even he was surprised to be that open.
Left side, DeRozan. And there's the foul. It's on Aaron Aflalo. That's foul number 2 for him.
Good D.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Yeah, but in this case, I think he got it right. I mean, the defender was still moving there and never really had good legal guarding position. He wasn't set.
Catching up on the changes for Toronto. Bennett comes in for DeMarre Carroll. And Corey Joseph subbed in for Kyle Lowry.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics. At least as I look
Oh
at
my
it.
goodness, good
Too
D.
much congestion in the lane. I think he could have gotten a better shot that time, no question.
DeRozan passes to Joseph. Back to DeRozan. For the tie. That's good from Joseph.
What?
Just from DeRozan.
That's a good
Joseph
shot.
got the game tied up
All
here
right.
for the Raptors. Calderon kicks to Anthony. He dishes it to Lopez. Back to Anthony. From deep. That's good. Anthony's got 21.
Tit for tat right there, huh, guys?
Didn't take him long at all, fellas, to get those 3 points back.
Here's Joseph. And again, Toronto with the triple.
McGee just sagged off just enough and no hesitation on his part.
Now Calderon. 12 points for him. Lopez sets a screen for Calderon. The kick out to Aflalo. They get it again. Here's Porzingis. And he banks in the layup. Porzingis has got 8.
And that putback about as easy a bucket as you're going to get.
Exactly what happens when you don't box out, Greg.
Joseph dishes to DeRozan. He kicks to Biyombo. It's stolen by Calderon. Time call here. The Knicks decide to talk it over.
Well, I know last year the Knicks seemed to me to be very passive offensively, and that can sometimes be the case when you're trying to learn the triangle offense, but they never seem to attack the rim at all.
Greg, as you mentioned, the Knicks very shy at going to the rim last year. Really could use that dynamic among a lot of things to their game.
Yeah, and no doubt about it. I mean, think about this. The Knicks were last in the league in drives per game as a team. And so they struggled shooting. When they did attack the rim, only 42%. So those areas have to improve if this team wants to become competitive.
Johnson with a screen on Calderon. Johnson outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And now in transition, it's Aflalo. Here we go. And the bucket counts. He's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
Outside DeRozan. Pass to Ross. And they get it. It's rebounded by Porzingis. The Knicks leading by 7. Oh, and the jam by Anthony.
Boy, he threw out some punishment with that two-hand throwdown.
And Clark, now's the time to do it. Continue to attack that rim.
Johnson the screen. Scola with it. Working on O'Quinn. And
Yo, it went through me?
That's a heads-up play there on offense. The pump fake cleared the way for the nice layup.
Calderon kicks to Anthony. Back to Calderon. Some nice passing by New York here. That's good. O'Quinn's got the lead back up to 9 now for the Knicks.
Pretty passing. Timely recognition as to where the open man was.
And Joseph kicks to DeRozan. He feeds it to Scola. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Anthony's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Passes to Porzingis. And that basket pushes the lead to double digits. And now a 12-point New York lead.
Too much casual effort here. Lackadaisical getting back on defense here, fellas.
And it's costing them. Fast break baskets accounting for 7 of the last 10 points they've allowed.
DeRozan. And the rebound goes to the Knicks. Porzingis has got 3 rebounds so far in the game. That is good. And that's now 11 points for Aaron Aflalo. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Sure could, Kev. I mean, too many empty trips. They need some points.
Ross kicks to Joseph. Down low. Stolen by O'Quinn. And now Anthony pushing it up. No one back. Oh! Yeah.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that can't continue. I mean, if they hope to get back in this game, I mean, it's really deflating from a morale standpoint. They need stops and points, not turnovers.
Toronto calls timeout. You have to like what we're seeing from Carmelo Anthony.
And he's getting to the rack all game, and if they can't do a better job of keeping him out of the paint, they're in for a long night.
A new group in now for the Raptors. Biyombo is checked in for Scola. Patterson comes in for Johnson. Damari Carroll's checked in for DeMar DeRozan. And it's Lowry in for Joseph. And New York with a change here, too. Grant's checked in. Ross kicks to Lowry. Looking to end the run. And it's good. Lowry's got 11 points.
Perfect screen there. Set him up with a terrific look.
Yeah, I like the fact that the setup was good, the screen was solid, but you also have to look at the fact that the defender didn't do his job as well as he could have.
A follow goes in. Good. 13 points in the game.
You know, watching Aaron Aflalo, incredible form on his jumper, excellent mid-range shooter who's made himself into one of the league's better three-point shooters, too.
Dishes to Ross. Now the pass to Patterson. Down to 5 on the shot clock. The 11-footer. And the shot.
Damn.
There's 1:26 left to play in the third. Grant the pass to Aflalo. Out to the right wing. Plenty of space. And again, it's New York.
No hesitation. When he saw the space the D was giving him, that's 2.
Lowry kicks to Ross. That's in. Coming
Yo,
off assist from
it's
Lowry.
so delayed, man.
24 points.
I can't get my hand up in time.
And the shooting has really been there for him today, but he may have to take it upon himself to continue to carry this team and try and get out of this hole.
There's the pick.
Oh my, did it again.
Grant kicks to Anthony. He's looking for O'Quinn and finds him. Biyombo with the block.
Okay.
There's the dish to Ross. Back to Lowry. It's deflected. Here we go, one-on-one.
Oh, why?
Lowry against Grant. Lowry drives in.
And come
We
on.
have 2 free throws now for him.
I mean, even from over here, you could see that one pretty clearly.
No question about it, Greg. I mean, a ton of contact and a good call by the official.
3 trips to the line so far for him in this one.
And he is a cool customer at the line, guys. You've got to be when you're shooting 84% on the season.
Here's Anthony. Got a hand on it.
Went too
And
quick.
stolen by Aflalo. Ross with the steal. Ball going up court.
Yes.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome.
Play the end of the quarter
by
horrible.
11. And we're coming right back after this break to get the... Welcome back as we get ready to start the 4th quarter. Not exactly a nail-biter here, but you never know. New York leading by 11. Lowry and DeRozan are the guard tandem. Patrick Patterson is out there with Bismack Biyombo. And it's Carroll in at the 3 spot. That's the 5 out there for the Raptors. Vujicic kicks to Williams.
Need that dunk.
And a foul on the shot. He'll go to the stripe for 2. That's on Patrick Patterson. Well, the one word you can use to describe the Raptors postseason last year, disaster. I mean, Greg, nothing went right for them.
Yeah, I mean, after that great regular season, they were completely just manhandled by the Wizards, swept out of the first round in 4 straight.
Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Langston Galloway. And Williams drops them both.
Well, I tell you, the Raptors really were befuddled with how that series went. I mean, they just never got things going and became the first team to get swept. with home court advantage in the playoffs since 2011.
And the foul on Kyle O'Brien. That's his first foul. Luis Scola, he's checked in for the Raptors.
Luis Scola.
On the wing, DeRozan. He's guarded by Afflalo.
And guys, you look at the Raptors last season and how they stumbled.
That shot.
You could see that they would have trouble in the postseason with the way they were constructed. I don't think anybody saw a sweep coming, but that's what it ended up being.
Kept alive. A shot by Lowry. Wide open. Scola kicks to Lowry. Raptors get it back.
Yo, can we get a rebound?
Have been the story of the game, and even with the big lead, this team
Oh my
continues to be quicker to the ball.
And finally, someone scores.
I tell you what, Greg, it's not been pretty. I'll say that much. These offenses have been really struggling.
Lowry against Grant. And there's the call on Kyle Lowry. That will get him his fourth foul of the game.
He just picked up his fourth personal foul, and now he's got some foul trouble hanging over his head, guys.
Raptors on defense. Grant, right side. Ball's knocked loose.
You could tell it was almost tunnel vision on that pass. Had no idea where the defender was. And how about that one-man fast break?
I love the power finish at the end of it, too.
New York calls timeout. And at this point of the game, getting a break here, important for the teams to regroup, and for the players, this is where you have a chance to get rehydrated with Gatorade. Get ready to play strong to finish off the game. And I think Doris Burke has something for us right now. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Derek Fisher was just going over the plan with his team. He wants to make sure they stay assertive and aggressive on the offensive end, saying, I don't want to sit on this lead. Let's build on it and not give them a chance of coming back. Guys?
Anthony's shot is off.
Major defensive lapse right there. And he's not a player you can leave open for a jump shot. You got to stay attached to him. We're lucky he couldn't punish him for it.
And the dunk by Scola.
And it was the screen there, guys, that freed him up as he ran his man into it.
And then it was all acceleration, GA, to the bucket right after that.
Almost a backboard break.
And the Knicks miss again.
He's not exactly striping him from deep. He had 1 3-ball in the first half. Still bageled in the second.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. Here's Porzingis. Right wing. Lopez kicks to Afflalo. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Well, Aaron Afflalo in this one. 13 points and 4 assists.
You know what? He's getting to the line. He's passing. He's really just converting in both those areas. He has been money.
Yeah, exactly. And it's really old school basketball, and you know how that is. Certain parts of the game never go out of style. They're always relevant, and he's excelled in those areas today.
Raptors trail by 8. Outside Lowry. Screen by Scola. And Patterson kicks to Lowry. Scola, a screen on Afflalo. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And since halftime, he has just been ice cold. Just can't seem to get anything to go his way. Such a strong finisher on the fast break.
And, Greg, I love the fact he's always in control. Even though he's going at breakneck speed, he still maintains his body control. You know, for Carmelo last season, it was Murphy's Law. What could go wrong did go wrong. After signing Melo to a max deal, the Knicks management expected a bunch from him. But with the new offense and a bad knee, it didn't happen.
For the New York Knicks, they come in off a good outing against the Los Angeles Lakers. Here's Porzingis. Patterson defending. inside, and he goes in for the dunk.
Ooh, that's as forceful a finish as you're ever going to see out of this guy.
Well, gee, it adds now to their lead in spectacular fashion.
And, you know, that lead's only going to grow if they're not prepared to defend a little more staunchly than that. Yeah, that one put them over the limit, and if they're not careful, this could turn into a parade at the free throw line.
And a moment now to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from here for the Knicks.
Fantastic passing. We saw it in the first half, and it's carried over here in the second.
Another thing they've done tonight is work the ball into the paint for plenty of those close-range points. You got to have those.
Toronto calls timeout.
They're sending guys to the line way more than they should here. They need to play good position defense and avoid the reach-in sloppy foul.
Ross is checked in for Luis Scola. He's off on the first.
You know, Dwayne Casey was once a player at Kentucky, took me and hosted me on my recruiting visit at Kentucky back in 1979. Actually got his coaching start at the school as well.
He hits the second from the line. As we were talking about Coach Dwayne Casey, he's found his place in Toronto. Took them, Greg, to back-to-back postseason appearances.
And, you know, it's good to see him finally establishing himself as a head coach. Really known as a defensive specialist, but once he gets in charge of a team, he'll have them focused on defense and really stresses that in every practice.
Cutting into that lead a little bit. Way to finish.
And the basket is still shaking.
Oh, I mean, he has got power in bunches on that two-hand. Not fazed at all by having a bigger defender on him down low, and I really thought he would be.
You know, at first glance, you wouldn't think that he'd be comfortable in that particular situation, but boy, I tell you what, he didn't look like he was out of his element at all right there.
And Grant drops them both.
And the Executive of the Year award is an odd one. I mean, giving yearly to the executive that was deemed to have had the best year with their roster, that is perhaps the hardest thing to evaluate.
Here's Carroll. Good on the baseline, Jay. Carroll's got 4 points this quarter. Here's Grant. And for the Executive of the Year award, it's hard to evaluate because for GMs, Clark, it takes years of moves to reach a certain point.
Yeah, it's an annual award, but it's awarded for years of decisions, if that makes any sense. One big signing or trade isn't quite enough to win the award.
His shot's just, it's not there right now with his team leading. Perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Looking at the game for DeRozan, 15 points, and he's also been picking up some nice assists here and there, too.
And Clark, that needs to continue. When he has an opportunity to get an open teammate the ball, he has got to make that a priority.
DeMar DeRozan hits them both. New York leading by 10. Grant with the ball. They set the pick. To the wing on the left. That's to Porzingis. 5 to shoot. Back to Lopez. And stolen by Patterson. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
At the line for your Raptors.
The first free throw is good.
2 shots.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
He's having a great game at the free throw line, Kevin. His hot streak continues. Grant
dishes to Carmelo. And there's the feed to Lopez. Screened by Grant. It's deflected. They recover it. Just 4 to shoot. And here's Anthony for 3. The rebound by Patterson. Patterson's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And it's Lowry penetrating. Gets to the rim for 2 with the D all over him. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Raptors.
We've seen them make the extra effort from a defensive standpoint, closing out airspace and sending shots back.
And guys, I think you've got to give them credit for the number of steals they've taken away. I mean, a lot of effort on the defense from them tonight.
Grant outside. New York needs to get off a shot. Good.
That is a very low percentage shot, Kevin, but it's the result they were looking for at the end of the day.
Lowry kicks to Carroll. Feeds to Ross. DeRozan passes to Lowry. Down low. And it's going to be a 3-second call. The Knicks making a switch here. Calderon's checked in. The Knicks leading by 8. Pass to Porzingis. Kicks it to Lopez. New York moving it around.
No.
Dishes to Carmelo. He feeds it to Calderon. Pocket 6. Porzingis can't hit. The Raptors have gone 7 of 13 from the field here in the 4th. Pass to Lowry. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
And Terrence Ross showed fantastic development in his 2nd season, but really took a step back last year. All of his shooting percentages were down. He exuded confidence, but still at times just could not buy a basket.
He hits one and misses one, each at the line. Well, back to Terrence Ross, Greg, you're talking about him. It's so easy for a young player to lose his way a little after coming on so fast. Clark, I'm not surprised that he's had a few bumps in the road along the way.
That's part of the development and growth process. Kevin, you've seen it with a lot of guys. His upside, though, is great.
That pass into the paint, that is a work of art there, dead on target.
Out to DeRozan. Ross on the wing. Will not go. This is off the front iron. The Knicks leading by 9. Now here's Calderon. Now the pass to Porzingis. Takes it from 10. Carroll with the rebound. Carroll's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. Here's Ross. And Patterson kicks to Carroll. Offline with his 3.
And that's playing into the hands of the defense right there.
No way you can sneak that shot by him, Greg. I mean, he was all on top of that one.
And he is really in a zone right now, playing and scoring with confidence.
Right side, DeRozan. He dishes it to Ross. Excellent D there from Aflalo. For New York, they've gone only 6 of 14 from the field in the 4th. Out to the right wing. Lopez passes to Porzingis. He kicks it to Calderon. And the 3 off target. Raptors trailed by 11. Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin. The one-hand slam is so sweet when it's his hand doing the slam.
Oh, yeah, he is so smooth, even on a power finish like that.
And really, that's what makes him unique, that combination of power and polish.
Here's Porzingis. No good off the back of the rim. A lot of time left for the Raptors in this one. DeRozan. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by DeRozan. Grant, he's checked in for New York. And so it's New York with it. Dishes to a Flalo. Out left to the wing. From 17 feet out. And that one off the back of the rim and in. Porzingis has got 18 points now here in the second half. Lowry inside the line. Carmelo Anthony comes up with the rebound.
And listen, sometimes even the best of us are going to miss the easiest of opportunities.
.135 left to play in the final quarter. Fires the three. And it's Toronto with the rebound.
He's been wayward and just off on about everything he's put up in this period.
Yo, come on, that's good D. Like, what the heck?
21 points for DeMar DeRozan.
He's got some serious momentum going right now. He's been great all day. Even last game, he was on fire.
Grant dishes to Lopez. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
Guys, I think this is a game they have to feel good about as we wind through the final moments here in what looks to be a solid win for the Knicks.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting
hands up in full
They sure did. I mean, the ball was moving and guys were knocking down shots.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And it's always nice to get win number 1 against an opponent you'll be seeing a total of 4 times over the course of the year. They really set the tone tonight for their season series against the Raptors.
And while it's a team game, you can't win without guys showing up. And that was the case tonight for Anthony. Every time there was a big possession or a big play, he was a major contributor. Just a great all-around game.
And it's Carroll in the corner. Misses off the left iron. 7-second difference, shot and game clock. Screen by Grant. The dish now to Lopez. Shoots.
Shit, what the heck?
The Raptors gain possession.
Towards the rim. Oh, my Lord.
There's 14 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Three-pointer, Lowry. And that one's good.
And they clearly are just destroying this group right now from the three-point line.
Yeah, and the defense knows it. I mean, they are fully stretched out trying to stop the three-point shot and still haven't been able to do it.
So it's New York picking up the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent by the time, GA, this one wound down.
And that's what you want to do. Take the crowd out of it by crunch time. Don't give them any chance to lift their team up at the finish.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan thanking you for watching. And we'll see you next time. But first, the post-game show with Ernie Johnson just a few aisles above us.
Kaden, stop.
You go from happy, happy to sad, sad.
Kaden!
And you know how to generate tears. You know. Yeah, man, you know, from that paper and shit.
No, I got to call that company today, too. Yeah, she took everything else.
Oh.
What's coming?
Nah, they come late.
Well, they said they time after 12.
Yeah.
The oil man?
Yeah, I
I
think.
thought you said they come Monday.
Yes, they.
Well, they're supposed to come. I was coming out outside. The guy couldn't find it. It was like inside the weeds, underneath the piece of wood.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Couldn't find it. I went up there to see him.
Yeah, here they come.
Yeah, so he said home today.
It takes a bit. Because when they tell you after 12, it only come at like 3.
Yeah.
They don't even no real time. You can call them like right now, and they'll tell you what time it
Yeah,
is.
this is
Nigga,
going
why didn't you just put $100 in your account and they could just
Nah, that's not how it goes.
It's not always cash. Oh, because it's cheaper.
You usually want cash because he has no contract. How you gonna fill up your car when you just?
They take debit card.
I've never got them to take debit card. It's like cash on delivery. How you do a debit card? And that's dumb on you because if you pay early and they decide not to come, they don't really do it. Yeah, I already know. Wait, yeah. Or that's what I was doing. I already know.
But hey, I know you're gonna take your tank.
You already paid $100. Why should I come to the other? That's why I listen to the squad. They want to see a bill after the game.
Good.
So man, yeah, see you all looking all sexy with your turban. got heat. I got heat, man.